Yeah, you know what it is.
You already know what time it is. Another day, another dollar.
What's up, y'all?
It's the Boom Bap Hour, baby.
We in the building.
Chilling.
2023.
Sucker free for
See, I'm growing the beard out.
2023.
I just had the birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Growing the beard back out again.
No shave January.
No shave 2023.
No shade 22.
I'm not, all 2023. I'm just going to let it ZZ top. You feel me? I'm going to ZZ top it.
Okay.
Go, let the goat grow.
I got to get like my man, our special guest for today.
Without further ado, let's shout out to my homie. Yo, this cat right here. He do the most, but he do it well. Let's give a big shout out to my man Art Dilla Smitty up in the building, baby. What's good, Smitty? How you feeling, Art?
I can't complain, man. How about you?
I'm not complaining. Ain't no need to complain, man.
It's another year and just more money.
Year,
more fun.
A fresh start, everything. You know what I mean?
Good, man. How you feeling, man? So what's good, man? Let the world know what's up, man. What's popping, man?
Man, it's a lot going on right now. New music, new events. Right now on the tour right now for Ratchet Bingo.
Listen.
Yeah.
Now, where in the world you came up with that?
It looks like it's so much fun.
It is.
Ratchet Bingo. Do y'all actually play bingo? Because
but it's not bingo with numbers. It's bingo with names of artists.
Ooh.
I was thinking it's like you know how the old people bingo. With the
it's a spin on it.
Nice
it's a spin.
It's a spin
So
on
it got the artists.
So you got names of artists on there. So you got a DJ and a host. So the trick is you got to play the game and try not to get caught up in the party. Because when they get going and they playing your favorite joints.
Okay, so that's
you got to hit the bingo. You got to make sure you looking at the cards.
Because you mess around because everybody.
You get jiggy. You might let a song go past.
It really is, bro. Like we just did Charlotte, 2 sold out shows.
And let me tell you something. That's another thing. Every time it's like, could you put it up like a little like 3 weeks earlier or something? Maybe a month earlier? Because every time you put it up, it's sold out within.
We be like, oh my God.
Hours.
Yeah, it moves pretty fast, man. It's just it's a new concept. But I kind of had an experience like this before when Trap and Paint first started.
Well, we gonna get into that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into the history of the art dealer. How this all came about, because I remember you from way back.
Oh, yeah, we gotta go all the way back. We can't play around. This man
Henry days.
He
put in work. He put his time in.
We gotta go. I remember walking into the store with Henry and my man Art. He used to be back there. This when he used to press up them CDs.
Yup.
Okay.
And I used to come in there with Tony Fronts.
Yeah.
And I used to come. He used to be in the back.
Yep.
And you was doing your thing way back then, man.
Bro, you just said a name, though.
Which one?
Tony Front.
Oh, that's my dude.
Yo, he like an original, like when I first moved to Augusta.
Yeah.
That's like one of the first names I heard, dog. Like that's Tony Front.
That's my dude. That's why I got, I learned a lot from that dude right there.
Word.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, back then, man, I was fresh out of high school, trying to get a job, just trying to be around the music.
Hold on, you was in high school?
I had just got out of high school.
Oh, man, I couldn't even tell, because, you know how you can tell, like, most people when they come, they maturity level. Maturity level is totally out. I thought you was up with us.
Nah. Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So around that time, I, like I said, that was the spot where all the music was at. So I wanted to be where the music was at. That's I met a lot of people from working in that shop, man. And pressing up CDs, doing graphic work, everything started from right there.
Now the hustle, is it the same or
what you mean?
Like from back then?
Nah, like it ain't the same.
Because back then you had to really, really put in.
You did, but you only had you only had a few people doing it. You know what I'm saying?
It was really only small.
It was small.
It wasn't that many rappers around here.
No, not at all. Nah.
I didn't see that many people rapping around here.
Now you had a lot of rappers, but it was only a small.
It was a small,
crew.
It was a small handful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But with technology and everything, everybody wakes up and decides to be a rapper.
It woke the beast up.
Yeah.
It woke the beast up.
The internet killed the hip hop game.
Yeah.
It really freaking
No, it didn't. It really just expanded it. That's how I look at it. I don't think it's dead. I just think the way it existed might not be the same anymore. It's never going to go back to the way it existed. Because of technology.
They do it in different ways now.
Right,
you know?
exactly. And these kids have innovated a new way to present their music to the public.
I was watching how they was recording back, from recording back then to now. It's like, yo, you could easily, like, the session
it's people making albums on their phone, fam.
Yeah.
Exactly. People making songs off their phone.
The album, the video, everything from the phone. That's what I'm saying.
To the studio.
Yeah. Right, so it's like the game has changed.
I mean, there's things that we could really learn from them,
Absolutely.
I mean, the things that they do and the speed of how they accomplish things, it's like they might do in 1 year. They might have took 7 or 8 years to do back in traditional, with a label back in 1990.
Specifically with just the creation of the music. Right. Like it would have took like 4, 5, 6 hours in the studio to make a song in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre the internet,
their
right?
studio equipment was different.
Right, because it took time. You had to paste the hook. That took a long time, or you just had to do it 3 times.
You had to do it more.
Then you had to do it exact 3 times.
I think my first session was like on ADAC.
ADAC. Okay, so by the time ADAC came, you could paste the hook.
Yeah. But we didn't know how to pace it, so we still had to.
Right, that's another thing. You had to know how to use it.
Yeah, if you didn't know how to use it, we just go and record it 3 times.
They don't know how to use their equipment now either. That's another thing that you see a lot of people who are novices trying to do the job of professionals.
Yeah.
I was hearing DJ Quick was talking about the difference between a tape and how it's recorded, now digitally. He was saying when it was put on the tape, it's like a wavelength. Like it.
I'm gonna say that's like super nerdy audio talk, because
I was wondering off of
that mattered back in the time when music was being delivered to you on a physical product. That's when that mattered. But now, since music is no longer on a physical product and it's being delivered by the same, like you getting it through iTunes or you getting it through Spotify or you getting it through Tidal,
right?
Like. What they doing is they making every song sound the same. So your master and your mix don't matter. Because they're going to try to make every song sound the same so that the end user, who's the listener, it don't sound different every time a song come on. Yeah. It has the same volume so that it's an easy listening flow. It's like you're not having to like adjust the volume each song you listen to. You can listen to each one at the same volume.
Yeah. But yo, Art, man, what really made you jump into like being an artist, like, cause first you was Smitty, so
he wasn't. No. Wait. There's a time before Smitty now.
Right.
Goes back in the
Smitty Jenkins might be like second or third generation.
Let's go down the line. So take me down the line, Art.
And also, let me add to that. So. Basically, art deal is a big term. It covers a lot of. It can cover a lot of breadth of things underneath a lot of umbrellas. Right. So tell us, why do you call yourself that?
So if we going all the way back, I was rapping since a kid. Okay. Like my older cousins were kind of like older brothers. So the stuff that they was listening to, I was listening to. So my introduction was like Ice Cube, NWA. But mind you, now I'm like a kid. Like, could you imagine a child like 9 years old? Listen to Kill at Will, you know what I'm saying? So that
that really brought in your mind.
Yeah, like
that really had to brought in your mind. Kill at Will at 9.
But I'm gonna tell you the crazy thing about it was my mom was a classical pianist, so she had a lot of friends as musicians. So once they found that, they didn't shun me from doing music. She just put me in a different environment. So I remember, shout out to Anthony Ferris. He had a set up in his crib, and she took me over there, and I recorded my first song, and it was on a purple tape, ironically, and it was just like, bro.
What year was it?
Purple cassette tape? That's what they gave it to you on?
Tape.
Okay,
gotcha. Like the 90s or something.
Okay.
Like 3?
Yeah.
Man, do you know how long it took to record a song to a cassette tape?
It took forever.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like how now, like when y'all finish y'all song, right? And I just bounce it out. Be like, here you go. What? No, it was not that way back in the day.
She dropped me off. I was there for a good little minute recording.
Definitely.
But that was the first time, and then from there, just as I got older, I started trying to figure out my own way of how to get into it. And like I said, it was a group I was with, the Dynasty. My homeboy, me and Keith, was doing music together.
Okay.
And it just over time, like we moved to Atlanta to go to college.
Oh, what college you went to?
The Art Institute of Atlanta.
I went to the Art Institute.
Wow.
It's only right that he went to the art.
Hold on, wait, hold up.
He's the art dealer.
Hold up, back up. So, did you go to Peachtree Road?
No, it was.
It was Ashford.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I went to
Ashford,
both, so you know.
Okay.
But I'm an original OG. See, I went to the Linux one, when it got turned down, tore down. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, but from there, when I moved back, that's kind of like when my solo career started. From there, just, you know, before that was all group projects and stuff, and we did a lot, man. Like shout out to Millionaires and Players, Southern Crime Family,
Man.
Slumland,
Wow.
Juggernaut, South
Oh,
Breeze.
man.
Bro, we was the kids in that era. Like we was in there.
Yeah, I was the little kid.
Yeah, we weren't even supposed
okay.
to be in them joints, but hey, man, we had a passion for the music, so.
You call out some hitters on there, some Augusta hitters right there.
That's
the Augusta Hip Hop right there.
Right. I tell people that all the time.
That's the hip hop
man.
right there.
I just wish we had more documentation of the history back then.
Especially the Millionaires and Players.
It's before the internet, so these kids not gonna believe it, even if you did.
They
have
wouldn't believe it.
They wouldn't believe it because they're like, it's not on the internet,
Bro, like the things the artists complain about now, I'm like, bro, we had it worse than y'all, but we was eating. Like we did our first show at the Garden City Convention Center.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we probably did like 200 people. But it looked small because the building itself could hold like 1,000 or whatever.
Okay.
But bro, it's just like it's some history there. So that's what
V-Tech. So you was around V-Tech in them.
Yeah, my man Keith, that's his cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
Verbal Abusers, Buck T used to produce all my music.
So wait, did he steal that? So did he steal that from the Young Bloods or
No,
no.
They got that from him.
They got that.
I mean, not Young Bloods. Goody Mob, right? It was Goody Mob, right?
Or was it from Vert?
Or was it Young Bloods who said Cook?
No,
it was Young Bloods, right?
It was Young Bloods.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
Goody Mob. What you call it? Used to say it too.
But they had a song. They had a song with Cujo. They did a song with Cujo.
Yeah, I remember that. 25 ambulances, right?
Shout out to V-Tech.
Yeah. You don't want to get stomped.
But yo, I'm gonna tell you something crazy about them. Like I remember that my first introduction to their joints. Like, bro, they would drop off a stack of flyers like on a Monday at the shop.
Oh.
And back then, this was before graphics. Like they'd get somebody to draw the joints.
Word.
I tell you, by the time Friday came, you had damn near 500-600 people in the building.
Just all written flyers?
All written flyers, bro.
Wow. Shout out Mr. Hill. Shout out V-Tech. Shout out all of them, man.
Ow.
I met them dudes way later, but that's what's up.
Yeah. Nah, that for real. They'll pack it out. But yeah, that's where I started from, and then from there I started getting into events. Like me and my man Jason, we when I moved back to Augusta, I was like, yo, we should do events to fund the music.
Right.
So that's why we started doing events. I was promoting Soldier Sounds. And
Soldier Sounds.
It just that was before Soldier Sounds became the club. Like Soldier Sounds used to be real laid back.
It was like a jazz lounge vibe, right?
Yeah.
It was what the name says. It was sultry sound. It became something different. It was not sultry.
I definitely turned to something different.
Sounds.
But
it was soul trap.
That's where that came from. And then from there, I met this guy.
Okay.
Got introduced to Operation Kush, and shout out to Pimp Zilla. Pimp Zilla gave me the name the art dealer.
Pimp.
Yeah, we was in the studio one night.
Is the OG around
he
here.
was just ranting. He was like, man, you know, like you like an art dealer with everything you do and the events and stuff. I was
Very
like,
true.
well, I'm running with that. I'm sure with that. So yeah, that's what the name came.
That was cool.
Yeah.
It's crazy because he just got it from. He was like, yo. Like there's drug dealers, and then he's like an art dealer.
He was like, I'm like a club dealer.
Like he's a club, because his Pimp was the club dealer.
Club dealer.
Club life.
Yeah.
Club life.
Okay. Yo, you should sell actual art too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like your whatever else you do could work for you in that favor.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm telling you.
Right.
Really well, he sells graphics now, right? That's the art.
That's
right?
digital art.
He sells music.
Or you could do all of that. You could do digital art. You could do.
I bet you if you do a sit down and do a painting, I bet you that'll sell.
I never even tried that.
You could broker other people's art.
Whatever is on your head, and you do a painting, I bet you that'll sell.
Yeah.
But yo, how long was you doing graphics? Because I see you, your graphic work is bananas.
Is that what you went to school for too?
No, I went there for audio production.
Oh, for audio production.
But
Okay.
before I went to the Art Institute, I was at Augusta Tech for a couple years.
Okay.
But
Man, I wish I could have went to college for audio production, dog.
Man.
What? They didn't
Man.
have that when I was going to college.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guess
They
what?
ain't
Your
have that.
experience.
Your experience.
Because everybody
Yeah.
goes to school, but experience, what you got at school is what matters. You know,
Facts.
they don't give a damn
Facts.
about your
Facts.
degree if you
That's
ain't got
true.
no damn experience.
That's true.
Not a ding dang.
But yeah,
Probably can be a professor at one of them arts.
Word.
Really good, bro.
You
At
could.
this point,
Really
at this
could.
point,
Look
yeah,
into
yeah,
that.
for sure, for
I
sure.
know you could.
Yeah. 'Cause they don't always know what they be doing either.
That's true. And it's like what also I like because I've had students of these schools come to me,
Right.
Yeah.
and you know what you learn in class is one thing, but then you got to apply it to the work itself.
That's true.
And a lot of times that don't translate because like you got to really work with the clients,
Right.
and like a lot of these clients don't go to school, so they don't know what they talking about.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to find the bridge between what they've heard on some song that they like,
Right.
and want to sound like, and how to actually achieve that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's
That
right.
is true.
But yeah, the graphics probably been about 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's like
So let me ask you a question.
2 or 3.
So what was the first Photoshop that you used?
Oh.
Probably like 4 or 5.
4? Oh, okay.
Did you,
Yeah, 4.
yeah,
I'm there
back
with
then-
you with the 4. That was definitely 90.
Hold on. Is that Master P? Is
That's
that
in
the
the 90s?
before
Oh, that's
Master P
definitely
style?
Master P. Like,
Yeah.
because
so wait, is
I
that
was in
Windows
school
or
for
is that
graphics.
Mac?
Yeah.
Nah, back then it was all Mac.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, got you.
Kind of.
It was?
When?
It wasn't
Okay,
no
listen.
Windows.
When I went to school, when I got to Art Institute, right, it was like 96. It was all Mac.
Okay.
See, y'all had a better
But
setup
then-
than we did.
We went like, if you would go because I did an internship at this Center for Disease Control, right? And so
Okay.
they had the PC and the Mac. So we had to
Gotcha.
be interdependent on both. We had to be fluid, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So we had
Okay.
Photoshop on here, we had Photoshop on here. So it definitely existed.
Okay.
It just was cross-platform. You had to be able to be flexible.
Okay.
And it cost some money back then. See, like now, somebody can go online and get a subscription for $50. Like, no, actually $20
Right,
a month.
$20 a month.
Back
19.99,
then,
yeah.
If you're a
back
student.
then it was like
That's
You had to
my
buy the whole suite of Photoshop.
Yeah, but it
or
wasn't
you
a
could
suite
get
back
or,
then.
or you could go
I got
on
one
LimeWire
word,
or BearShare
bootleg.
and
Oh,
get
yeah.
the
Bootleg.
bootleg version.
my teacher in tech, she gave me my first copy.
Well, okay, so now students could get like a student version, which was way
Yeah,
cheaper
but
than the
back
original
then-
Oh, yeah,
version
it's like
too.
But back then
$20
it
a
still
month
was-
for the students, right? But back then you had
still
to pay
was-
for the whole software, so it was
Yeah.
like $500,
Yeah.
$600 for that one
For that
version.
one
Now,
version.
once you had it, now the cool thing about it is that you didn't have to pay no subscription every month.
Wow.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
now they charging you monthly for it, so that's how
Gotcha.
they getting
So
over.
now you can't even use that, you know what I mean? Like, and it's almost probably like how Pro Tools.
That's what I was
once
gonna
they-
say.
Yeah, when they
With
drop
Pro
a new
Tools.
joint, that one out of date. So it's like you ain't gonna be able to last too long
Yeah.
without
Nope.
having to upgrade.
Yep.
They had like
They make it that
different
way.
versions of
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that's how long the graphics been going,
The
man.
graphics, but you be doing some because the graphics now is crazy. Like I be like this thing called Canva.
Where Canva is dope.
That's
I'm
how I
telling
learned
you,
how
it'll
to
be
do
doing
most of my
some stuff that take a
And-
long time in Photoshop. I'm like, well, damn. Okay.
Yeah, Canva makes it simple. It simplifies it.
It's simplified a little bit, but it's some stuff on there like how you got that new like the moving differently
Yeah.
joint you got,
Yeah.
and how you got the video and it looked like 3D.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different stuff, man. You just
No, it's a few different things. With Photoshop and stuff, you can kind of play around, kind of
gotta-
build from
yeah,
there.
it's a lot of things you gotta do.
Yeah.
Most
Now let me ask you
definitely.
something. Now you being an artist, we was talking earlier about the Augusta Hip Hop sound. What is the Augusta sound? So you know how like Atlanta, because I'm gonna ask you because you came from that area.
Mm-hmm.
So I can ask you this. Like, you know how Atlanta got their sound, Houston got their sound, Florida, New York, Texas, all that. Everybody got their sound, their signature sound that you know that's where they from.
Mm-hmm.
What is the Augusta sound?
Okay, so at one point
How will we know if an artist is from Augusta?
you don't at this point.
I figured it.
But honestly, that's for the whole world. Because if you go to New York, some New York artists sound like they from the South or, whatever.
Right.
Just like you go to L.A. or whatever, it's different. At
But no, you can see, okay, because like there's so like right now, I would say like, okay, Detroit has a sound. right?
Okay.
Where they got this certain kind of production style, right?
Right.
New York has kind of niched or carved out the drill sound for themselves, right?
Yeah.
So you primarily New York artists that are young that are coming out with that drill sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then of course Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
They have what I would consider like the universal sound, right?
I just think the whole world got a universal sound.
Okay, but
So saying now,
like
saying
so
for
like
now,
DJ,
'cause
so like
everybody sound the same.
Yeah, for now it's just it don't like for now you got some artists from here or you know what I mean take somebody like J Electronica who you know what I'm saying you from Louisiana but your sound don't sound nothing like Louisiana.
Nah, I thought when
yeah, I think that's because like he came out when he was a lot older. Like he didn't come out as a young artist.
Yeah, but you still got a lot of people that their sound does not represent where they're from.
Okay.
So
but there are sounds that come from specific areas, right?
Now, if you say if we dial back 10, 15 years, I can tell you what Atlanta sounds like now used to be Augusta.
Okay, so and then
Okay,
also
now
like
let's
how we
get-
were talking about
I wanna get into that,
specifically
though.
Memphis, right?
Right.
So like you hear every artist that comes out of Memphis, right? They pronounce the words a certain
they
way,
pronunciation,
right?
Yeah.
And then also they get like certain kinds of beats, which are like I would say, what's this kid's name? Tay Keith. He's probably the leader of the Memphis sound, right?
Yeah.
So like I guess that's the question that we want to like.
But here's the thing: with those places, and which probably the same in a lot of other places, those producers still remain true to the original sound.
Okay.
They still gonna keep those elements. Whereas in certain places, say like in Atlanta music now don't sound like Atlanta music from before.
Well, I would say there because like
nah.
You got the producers that are from Atlanta that where you could
They're
like
not-
Metro Boomin.
But they're not trying to hold true to original Atlanta sounds. They're trying.
Well, I think they created a new one, no?
I guess.
Now, when you say the Atlanta sound, what are you saying? Are you going?
So
back
when
to,
I say that, so I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing. When I hear music now, it's real dark.
thank you.
When Buck Teeth and Tim Granger was doing this music back then, they told us the music was too dark.
Hold on. Did you just say Tim Granger?
Yeah.
You talking about
Mr. G?
Yeah.
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 So what I'm saying is Augusta had a sound at one time. It definitely did.
Okay, so
with
okay, let me ask
Blackavelli
this.
in them.
Wait, can I ask this? Was
It's-
Pastor
but I-
Troy's
but
music
tell me-
the Augusta sound?
It was similar to
Was
it.
he representing the Augusta
Who's
sound
Tim
at that
Granger?
time?
Yeah,
It
Tim
was
Granger
Pastor
was
Troy.
right. Yeah.
Pastor Troy.
Oh, Pastor Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Miracle, he kind of like
Miracle came.
he kind of
from
like
off of Tim and them.
piggybacked off of that. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
With the same sound,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So why didn't that tradition continue?
Because we don't have an infrastructure here.
Thank you.
We don't
Okay.
have an infrastructure here to take the artist. If you're in you can't build an artist from Augusta. You can do some homework, but
Right.
you're gonna have to move into a different dynamic.
Okay.
But that original sound for Augusta, like I said, I remember. I didn't really, and I'm gonna tell you something. My mama put me onto it a lot too, because I'll be playing beats. She be like, "Why you playing that dark music?" It just sound good to me. I didn't
Right.
specify what's what. But if you think back to like Jermaine Dupri, Social Def, or that era, and then you compare it to the music now, that's what it is. That's what the music used to sound like in Augusta.
Because it used to make you dance.
It used to be turned. Like, it used to be
turned
fun. It used to
up
be
and
hard. It
used
used to
to
be
make-
street.
Okay.
Because I know Tim Granger.
But what
had-
happened with
had a
Augusta
nice
is,
joint,
and I tell
too.
people all the time, our history lost because a lot of our artists were not in the streets. They either died, did a lot of prison time. You know what I
That
mean? You
is
had a lot
true.
of people so they never got a chance to progress. And on top of the fact that there's no infrastructure here.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a platform or a way where you say, okay, I can work this record here, I can do this person, we don't have that here.
So can I ask this question because you guys were here at that time, right? So it felt like, okay, so Gene Griffin came to town, right?
Oh, man.
And Gene Griffin, he signed Pastor Troy, right? And then he signed Miracle, right? So he could have been like the person who was trying to create like a pattern of songs that would create a sound.
It wasn't him, though.
It wasn't him that was doing that?
It was Tony Mercedes. I would say, what about Tony? No?
Tony was before that.
Yeah, Tony was. Yeah, I go back.
Sharon is the guy who
Sharon,
broke that
yeah.
deal.
Yeah, I forgot about
Okay.
Sharon is the one who,
Yeah.
Sharon and Candy Booth had a management company called Candy Coda Management.
Okay, gotcha.
That's how they locked in with Troy. So it wasn't a situation where Gene Griffin was like, "Oh, Augusta, let's try to build something." It was like, "No, this person here that I know has some ties is introducing me to an artist that potentially can do some things."
So who was responsible for Miracle's production sound?
I don't know.
Well.
Because that's why I'm saying, like, Miracle's production sound felt like it was trying to piggyback off of what Pastor Troy was doing.
It was,
right?
But I mean, it was just like a copycat, though.
Okay, but that's what it takes in order to create a sound, right? So
Right,
like Memphis, I feel like it's people copycatting off of who? 3 6 Mafia, right?
Right.
Who was the original Memphis sound, right?
Right.
Same with Texas, right? Like,
Right.
in terms of like Houston with the screw sound, right?
Right.
Everyone, they didn't call it copycatting. They just called it being part of that scene, right?
Right.
So screw music, we all gonna do it. Everybody gonna slow their music down,
Right?
Yeah.
Or maybe the DJ was responsible, right? Or whoever. But like that's what I feel like. That's where the step was missed with Augusta. Like,
But
not enough people tried to come behind them and do what they was doing.
Okay, but it's two different things you got to remember. One, again, we didn't have the infrastructure, so
Right.
therefore you don't have a leadership. We don't have an artist where we say that's the guy that reps for us.
Okay.
If you name any market, whether it's Jay-Z for New York or whoever, whether it's UGK for Texas, whatever, we don't have that. Okay, that's the guy. We don't have that thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you have that, then you can build a sound around it. Because if you don't have the artist to kind of push that sound like a 3-6 or whoever, it's just whatever. So then you got those situations, and then you got, like I said, again, no infrastructure. So people here won't say, well, I need to stick with that sound because that's our sound, that's successful. How would you know it's successful if nobody, successfully made it with that particular sound?
Well, you said an artist. So wait, okay, we got like almost a million artists here. Who would you say would be that artist?
The artist for what?
For here, because like you said,
We don't have one.
We don't. We just.
We get to a certain level and we kind of fizzle out.
Why is it okay? That's another thing. Yeah, that's true too.
Interesting.
It's another thing I want to know. Why we don't? Okay, like Atlanta, they did this thing where they came together or whatnot.
I don't even know if they came together.
You don't think they did?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you. I think.
So what you think they really? What you think behind that?
I think honestly, what happens in all of these places and all these major markets, it's just a matter of a bunch of people that's working.
Right.
And they just Operation Kush is probably the closest thing to it. Nobody, even though Biz was the producer for it, nobody came in and said, "Well, this is our sound." It's not that. Everybody was involved. Shot was doing his album. Pimp was doing his album. Blue was doing his album. Ball was
Why
doing his
is
album.
that an Operation Kush too then?
Because nobody
to get it together.
Nobody embraced
it
it. But see now what you got now with technology is like the Wild Wild West.
Ooh.
So you got a lot of people in this who don't really know what they're doing.
Right.
So therefore it's just and then on top of that they're trying to copy the other success.
Yeah.
Even though he can give you the same sound that the other artist got, it's
Right.
just I need to go to Atlanta because I need to see if I can get Metro booming.
I would think that's what I'm saying. We got producer here.
I hear
Well, no, they're not
Yeah.
going to Atlanta. They just going on YouTube and
they
saying,
were
"Let me
going-
type
yeah,
in
let me
Metro
copy off-
Boomin' type beat."
Type beat.
Type
yeah.
beat.
So
You can just
therefore
do-
that's
look what J. Cole just did.
yeah, I heard about that.
You heard about that?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just did that.
What?
He picked the beat off
He picked the
YouTube.
beat
And
off
somebody
YouTube?
produced said a J. Cole type beat and did a song to
He
it.
did a
Wow,
song to
how
it.
cool is that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's because like
That's
the person
really cool.
made the beat.
No, it was just
Copying-
but it was random though.
It was
Right, it was random. Yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying is that it's like
Think
a
more
1,000
artists should
dudes on
actually
there
do that, like, that
copying
would
J. Cole
support, like,
beats and putting them
people
up on
if they
YouTube.
did.
Yeah, but I'm
that.
quite sure that
You know?
producer's quite happy that.
Oh, he's ecstatic right now.
Oh yeah, that producer's going
Oh,
crazy.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, look, we got a producer right here that's like top tier.
Mm-hmm.
How is it
Absolutely.
that we just don't come together and
Because-
just all
Because how long have you been in the
Follow
game,
suit.
Bizzo?
shit?
Come on.
Pretty long time.
Exactly.
50 years in
Veteran
hip-hop,
here,
baby.
You know?
But at the same time, you still gotta have is the business part that's missing. It's the business.
Everybody want to be the chief.
It's some of that. Is everybody want to be the man? Everybody want to be in charge. Everybody think they know everything when they really don't know.
Everybody don't know everything. It takes
They're trying
a
to
group
find
of
out
us.
what to do.
Yeah, they
It
trying
takes
to
a
figure
group
out.
of us because you can't know everything. I don't want to be the one to know everything in the room.
They might not. Okay, I'm not gonna. I'll say that they don't listen to people. Not
Yeah.
that they think that they know everything. They just don't want to listen to no one else's ideas.
Yeah.
They feel like their ideas are the way.
Yeah.
And now with technology being the way it is, it's like you got to let them go because they can do it on their own. They don't need you, right, to actually present it to the world. But then what's happening, I feel like, is so much like not like halfway done stuff being presented to the world that people are just like tired of that. They're like, yo, it's not complete. If I want complete stuff, I could just really like listen to like Drake because he gives you enough music. Future, who anybody else? Kodak Black, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. Like they put out enough music for you not to ever really give a local artist a chance who is like, in just my humble opinion, I feel like sometimes artists they're not giving their all.
I feel like this, like, okay, say like you got a single out right now, right? It's pumping. It's dope. It's dope. We had a couple of singles that I ain't gonna lie that was really fucking dope. Excuse my language, beat that. But you did. I ain't gonna even front. I ain't gonna even
Say
front.
whatever you want. Beat that.
But like for instance, because I ain't get a chance to, but I was getting ready to share it. That's the thing. Like now, technology, like you can just easily. It don't even take nothing to just boom hit the share button.
Yeah,
that'll get a lot of people to notice what's going on here too.
But you got to remember, people want to be a part of things that everybody's excited about. Now I'm gonna tell you my biggest downfall for myself is I wear a lot of different hats, and I just came to the realization
spreading your energy,
bro. You're never gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole goal with moving was I'm finna be an artist. You know what I mean? I'm finna back away from the events. I'm finna do this. I'm finna do this, which was great. You know what I mean? I made some great relationships and stuff. But honestly, just me personally, I don't think like that. I don't function like that. That's not realistic for me. I'm going to wake up and say I want to make a song. I'm going to wake up one day and say I want to do an event. And honestly, that's going to be my downfall. So I've come to grips with that. But most artists don't put their all into it. And it's just, and honestly, it ain't even got to be your all. It's just, if this is the plan, if we say, here go the plan, A, B, C, and D, follow the plan. Don't change your mind. Don't wake up tomorrow and decide, I want to do this. Don't do it. And that's what the biggest downfall is.
That's where the devil come in at. We was just talking about that because your mind is, switching up and down. You got to stick to it. If it's A, let it be A. To connect the zig all the way, baby. Yeah. But, that's, I ain't going to lie, that's part of, I feel you, that wearing that hat, because it's like the same thing with me, doing here, got to go here, this, there. It's just like if you just follow that one path.
But here's the other thing is this, though.
I can't do it, though.
This the other thing. Sometimes it's meant, if you ever notice, it's not meant for certain people to just be just an artist.
That, you know what? And that's the thing. Some people don't understand. Maybe sometimes you may have to just, you got a talent, but that might be your calling right there.
Or just do what
you can do, what is fit for you, and what's fit for you. But it might not be your calling. It may be something for you to do something else, you know, or put somebody else on, you know. Yeah. But I just feel like Augusta really does have a heap of talent.
It does, but talent is only a small piece, man.
It's just really a small piece. If we could just get this business together, we could get it.
Marketing.
That's what Augusta don't have. It don't have individuals who want to be business savvy.
Putting yourself in the correct places to be seen or be noticed.
There's no Puff Daddy that came from Augusta who's like, yo, I want to put all of these people on. I want to be this position.
Well, we was just talking like Tony Mercedes.
Yeah, but he disconnected.
But he's
from Atlanta, right? Or is he from?
That was back then.
He's from here, but the thing is,
he found his success in Atlanta.
I think he did movies and some other stuff.
Yeah, he just went venture. But it was started off like that. But if we had somebody that cop would have followed that and came behind that, and like you said, Puff Daddy this situation.
But I ain't gonna say it got to be a Puff. It just got to be people sticking with the plan. If every artist that I've ever, if every artist that I name, I can tell you why from the outside. But I can tell you why it didn't go the way it was supposed to go.
Right.
And it's not because of Augusta. It's more so of sticking with the plan.
So more.
And even me myself. Right. I've had projects with other people and stuff, and for whatever reason, and sometimes it's life things. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, life comes in. Yeah,
kids. Sometimes it's a number of different things, but that's been my experience from the beginning. You know what I mean? Whereas working with others, sometimes it's just everybody don't see the plan.
They
So
really don't.
yeah,
And if we would stick to the plan, I believe
yeah.
something would stick, something would
That's
pop
how
up
you
out
get.
here.
That's how you get a Drake or a J. Cole or somebody who from a market that doesn't have a per se infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's gonna say,
Right.
"I stuck with what I was supposed to do."
No doubt.
But yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
We
That's
gotta
right.
get
That's
that in
right.
there, man. Definitely, man. I swear, man. Hip hop is
So
it's definitely a here in Augusta is hip hop is different. Some people it's different styles, it's different artists and all that. Now, one thing before we get into these questions, one thing I want to know: how do you feel about a list?
oh,
You know where I'm
I'm
going with
laughing.
this.
Oh,
You know how you
shit.
feel
Here we
about
go.
being the best or the hottest MC in Augusta. How do you what is your take on that?
That ain't nothing but people trying to stroke their own ego.
Ooh.
That's all it is. If you ever notice, you ain't never seen me say nothing about being on nobody's list or who on what list or who doing what or who got this many streams or who did this or who that. But that ain't nothing but to stroke your ego.
Yeah,
Because I'm gonna tell you, if you got an artist here that is top tier, whatever the case may be, bro, they should be doing their own shows. They should be touring. They should be moving around because when artists get traction, the money's gonna come with the traction.
Oops.
So ain't nobody getting no money, so the traction ain't there.
Ain't no money coming.
Yeah, so
Ain't no
I mean,
traction.
your friends can make all, and that's the other thing too that I find funny.
Here we go. That's what I'm saying.
It's not even just like that. Like I see it everywhere. Like you might log on to. Matter of fact, I'll give you one. They got a meme circulating. I think 600 Breezy said Gucci Man had the best trap era.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's coming from
The best what?
The best trap era. He's the best trap era artist from like
Okay.
07 to 13. I said, that's somebody who wasn't outside. That's somebody who wasn't around during that time. You probably was a little kid when that was going on.
Oh yeah.
And the reason I know that is because if you were around, you would know what was going on for real. What was in the streets for real. I don't know of another artist bigger than Jeezy when it comes to that.
Okay, well now wait a minute. Here's my counter to that argument to what 600 Breezy is saying, right?
Okay.
Does Jeezy have the same output as Gucci Man?
Yeah.
I don't think he put out as many mix CDs as Gucci Man did.
Yes, he did.
Who, Jeezy?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
In that era?
I don't know.
Yes, he did.
Ooh, I think
he was
Jeezy
putting out
put-
mixtapes with OJ the Juice Man, all kind like they was
Listen,
doing a lot of
You gotta
mixtapes.
remember, Jeezy had a lot.
Yes,
A
Lord.
lot
Yes,
of different
he did.
DJs. We ain't talking about just drama. We ain't talking about just screen. We talking about a lot
Okay.
of different DJs was making Jeezy mixtapes.
Okay.
So-
well, I'm just gonna say
But
his most.
here's the flip side.
Go ahead.
Gucci Man does not have an anniversary tour for any album that he's put out.
Yeah, him and Zaytoven. Didn't they go on tour?
No, they do not have. They never had an anniversary. That you can't put. You're not gonna tell me you can put Jeezy and Gucci on the same stage and Jeezy do a whole set from that TM 101
Right.
that Gucci can ever compare to.
Okay, now that is because, right,
Okay.
Jeezy wasn't in jail, number one.
That who fault that is?
Wait, but that's number one, right? Okay. He wasn't in jail, right?
Okay.
Number two, he had the backing of a major power label.
When he first
And
came out.
Gucci Man had the same opportunities.
Gucci Man had Atlantic, but they wasn't behind him like Jeezy because he was in jail.
But that's whose fault?
But what
So
I'm
let me
saying,
ask-
no, wait a minute.
let me
What
ask
I'm
one
saying
question,
is he had the
Oh
same.
boy, here we go.
He had the same
Here we
level
go.
of impact
No,
as
he didn't. No, he
as
didn't.
Young Jeezy.
No, he did not. He did not.
With-
Here we go.
Listen.
Maybe not commercially.
Listen, no. I worked in the store where we sold the mixtapes to the streets.
Okay, got you.
We couldn't give away Gucci Man in the beginning. They did not want that.
Okay.
They called Gucci Man retarded.
No shit.
Okay.
We want to be honest about it. Let's keep it a buck.
Well, wait, hold on. Now the people at the soundtrack wasn't calling Gucci Man retarded.
That's afterwards. That's years after.
Wait, how long? No, this is
That's what's that?
because
06,
Gucci
07?
Man came to my house in 06.
Right. But my point of the matter is, you still tell me what project. Give me a body
Yo,
of work.
word life. He was not lying. Back then, they was like, yo, Dude,
They didn't want that music,
sounded
bro.
crazy. They did not feel that.
They
sound.
Like
did not.
I no, but I have the counter to that because
I'ma tell you-
like I had
They
people that was like singing the songs to me. I'm a dog. Like,
But that was afterwards,
That's
bro.
after.
That's
after
after.
talking
what?
about-
After what?
That's after Jeezy already booming.
Yeah, Jeezy done popped by then.
That's
Okay.
after that.
Right, but what I'm saying is that I think that culturally, maybe not, like I said, maybe not commercially, culturally, I think if it had the same kind of impact.
He didn't, bro. Cause I'm gonna tell you why.
Ooh.
If he did, I'm gonna tell you why. If he did,
Right.
the numbers, the tour, the response, the impact would still be there.
I feel like
Gucci-
it is still there
Let me
because
ask you one
these new
question.
artists are still reaching back saying, I want a Gucci Man
I'm gonna
feature.
tell you why they like
But
Gucci.
they not asking
Hold up,
for a
watch it,
Young
watch it.
Jeezy
I'm gonna
feature.
tell you why they like Gucci.
Go ahead.
They like Gucci because of what Gucci did in the streets.
But what did he do in the streets, though?
He went to jail a
Went to
lot.
jail.
No, but
He had a
for
lot-
what,
he did a lot
though?
of-
Went
he did
to
a lot of
jail a
dumb
lot
shit.
for what?
For
He did a
dumb
lot of
shit,
dumb stuff.
assault charges.
Nothing that was gangster
Throwing
or
a girl
criminal.
out the car.
Nothing that was
but
gangster or
listen,
criminal.
Girl out the
listen,
car.
But that is why they like Gucci Man. They like Gucci Man more so because of the persona, not the actual music. I was
Okay.
I was in these clubs before the track and all that.
I know.
I'm telling you what was going on. They did not embrace Gucci Man like that.
Not
it wasn't
down here.
until it's almost like Boosie.
Okay, you said it wasn't until when? That's what I mean. Like, when, okay,
What,
and
after
then when the
Lemonade?
embrace came, right?
Yeah.
Was it the same level as Young Jeezy? That's all I'm saying.
No, it wasn't the same level.
I feel like it was.
it wasn't.
Cause me as a DJ in the club, right?
Right.
It's a real
that's
battle. Like I could go back and forth, and I'm going to get the exact same. I'm not going to get
response.
lesser of
you
a
won't.
response.
I bet you won't.
From one than the
The
other.
only time that's gonna happen is in the hood. If you go to any other club, it ain't gonna be that way.
Okay, got
Gucci
you.
Man ain't
Right.
doing
Okay,
Vegas.
I understand. Like that, I did admit to commercially, right?
Right.
So like, if I go to Vegas, I'm not going to be able to play as much Gucci Man as Jeezy.
No, you're not.
Or if I go to New York, I'm not going to be able to play as much Gucci Man as Jeezy,
No,
right?
you're not.
You're gonna be able to play Jeezy a lot in New York,
Yeah.
more than Gucci.
But
maybe now.
But down
I mean, I don't know
south,
about.
I feel like it's even.
maybe now.
It's not even
In
down
the-
south.
now.
I feel like it's even in
It's
this.
not- it's not-
in Augusta, it's even, bro. As a DJ,
What,
it's
you think
even.
it's even in Augusta? Yeah,
it's
yeah,
even.
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
different.
yeah.
If you if
Like
now,
either
talking about
one.
Augusta.
if we talking about Augusta on that
Oh,
level,
hell
but
yeah.
that's now. But if you back then, bro,
Like it's got to be both. Like they,
No,
I
back
feel
then
like
in
they want
Augusta,
both. They
Augusta
don't want
wasn't
one
feeling it.
without the other.
Nah, that's not true. That's
I
not
don't
true.
know.
Well, what?
That's just
You
my
think
experience
Jeezy-
as a DJ. Is what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
get
to
what
you.
you're
man.
saying.
Like I get people, they'll come up, I'll play a Jeezy song, they'll be like, play First Day Out.
Okay. And what else? What else they gonna have to play?
So then I'll play First Day Out, and then they'll be like, play I'm the Real. What's the I'm the Realest nigga in here? I
Oh,
already
yeah.
know, right? So I'll play that. Then they be like, play Vet Pass By, or
Okay.
and it goes on like it's a lot.
But that's
Like
Augusta though, and that's only that's definitely gonna be
love it.
the hood.
Augusta love it.
okay,
So I get that, but it's just like Boosie. Boosie here has a great. I would say Boosie might be stronger than Jeezy here.
Man, Boosie is the god
Yeah,
here.
they
I'm not
love
gonna
Boosie,
say
y'all.
that
Let
he's
me tell you
stronger.
Shit. Oh, excuse, but look, man.
That's why I was mad
Hold
when
on
I remember
now.
I was working at
Hold on.
Payne, and Boosie was supposed to come to the Hill Complex, and they canceled it. I think because it
Oh,
was
yeah, I
during the
remember
Masters
that.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, they-
People
I remember
was
that whole drama
pissed
behind that.
Remember that drama?
off.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Let me
God.
tell
wait, didn't he
you.
end up coming to the country club though? And then they got
No.
they got in
Wait,
trouble
he
because it was
was
No,
COVID.
going to the Hill,
I'm
though.
gonna tell you what happened. So, shout out to Kid Joe.
Right.
He had that show set up. So then, what happened was it was during the Masters, but they did a news article about Boosie
Boosie thick,
gun
yeah.
charge and a murder charge and all
Uh-huh.
that, and they used that old picture where he had the gun in the newspaper. So now you got this big uproar amongst the locals.
Right.
So the
Yeah.
county was like, "Look, y'all can't do that." So
and then
Payne was like,
the mayor. I
Payne
was
said-
there
Payne
through
said,
that
"We
whole
ain't doing it."
process.
So then they tried to move it to Excess Live.
Right.
Well, law enforcement said, "We can't tell you not to do it, but if you do it, we're gonna shut y'all down."
Okay.
So
right, what was
that's
the
what
point?
happened with that show. They got
Gotcha.
muscles.
Yeah.
They got muscles out of not doing the show.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
So,
messed
they
up. But
thought
like,
Boosie
man,
was
people
gonna
was
bring
mad
drama.
about that.
Yeah.
They know Boosie was going to have.
I don't even
everybody
want to.
jumping up
Okay,
in.
like I talked about the Masters. I do want to ask you how you feel about that. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
how you feel about the Masters, man?
What do you mean? How I feel about
like, what do you think? Like, I mean, is
What
the
do you-
Masters good for people in Augusta or no?
I mean, it's good in certain ways. I
Okay.
mean, you know what I mean? They bring money here. You can get some money off of it.
It's a lot of money come.
Now listen, hold
Can
on.
you in the African American community get money
As
off the
the African
Masters?
American community.
Well, I mean,
is it good for us?
well, hold up. In general, it's not good for Augusta itself right now because now they're becoming self-contained.
They always been self-contained,
No,
haven't
they have not.
They relied on the city for what?
Listen, back in the day, R.I.P. Gene, if you lived on the hill,
Right.
you can get some money off the Masters. Whether you was shuttling people cars, whether you was selling sodas, whether you was selling parking spots, all of that.
Okay.
Bro, that back then, you'll mess around and get some nice paper. You might be able to pay the rent for a couple months.
But since then, they've already secured that property, right?
Right. So now what's happening is, now they're even shutting out hotels by having like the hospitality houses.
Right.
So now the hotels don't get as much money. I remember one of them years I was in Charlotte, and I came home around that time, and I was trying to book a hotel, and it was like, there's plenty of availability. So, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
In a sense,
Really?
yeah.
Wow, doing the math.
But was it more
Road.
expensive?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I thought it would be, but it
Yeah,
wasn't.
okay.
But that's because we're in a space now where they are they're becoming self-contained. So now you don't need now the stuff that people will make money off of. You can't because they're getting all the money for it now.
Mm.
So I mean, is it good for Augusta?
Because I heard something that disturbed me that I didn't know.
What's
right?
that?
I didn't know that Tiger Woods was not a member of Augusta National.
Wow.
Hold on.
Did
what?
y'all know
Not
that?
surprising to me,
That's not
however.
surprising at all.
It's a private
right
club.
Yeah, it's only 300 people that are members, but Tiger Woods won the Master how many times?
Yeah, but he ain't the only one. I'm quite sure some other winners that.
And if I can remember correctly, I think there was an incident where when Tiger Woods was caught in like a scandal and everything, I think Augusta National was like trying to throw some little shade.
They
and
chastised
shame on
Tiger.
him.
What you mean?
Yeah,
They chastised him like he was a
actually
kid.
during the Masters, you know,
They did him
like
dirty.
Yeah, they did him dirty back in the day.
Oh,
So
who
they
But
cares?
no, that was that. That's
He
like
still rocked it.
That's to me.
What is
That's
it?
just messed up, bro.
How they do Tiger, right?
That's really messed
but
up.
you
Like
gotta
that's got to
remember-
go ahead.
But you
not
got to
only-
remember this though. It's a private club,
I
so
understand
they
that.
make their own rules.
They do. They do. Everything. They make
Yeah.
everything.
Somebody
own.
needs to call attention to that though, because
There's nothing you can do
seriously,
about it. It's not
yeah,
like
like,
there's nothing you can do about it. You just can't. You just don't fuck with them.
There's nothing
If you
you
don't
do
like
about
it, you just don't fuck with them.
But there's nothing you can do about
But that's
it.
what I'm
Nothing you
saying.
can
Like
do
I
about
don't. That made me say like, okay, I got to make that choice. Like
Yeah.
because it's not right. Like what?
Nah, it's not right at all.
But they said only 2 golfers in history of the
Yeah,
2
because-
winners
because
are
it's-
actual members. You know
Because
what I
to
mean?
them,
Oh,
it's
wow,
like you
okay.
can't just be down with this because of association. It's some precedents that got denied access to the Masters. behind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
Wow.
yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
you know, you can't just buy tickets. You got to be
Yeah.
picked to buy a
Okay.
You
ticket.
can't just go.
Oh, you
up there.
can't just go up there and buy a ticket?
No, you
No.
got to get picked. You got to submit your name, and they pick you to buy a ticket.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You got to be on some elite. That's really elite right there.
Yeah.
It is.
That's dope. That's really,
And
really elite.
this is the only sporting event where they tell you how to cheer.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you
Yeah,
can't,
I heard
you
that was
can't just
crazy.
cheer the way you,
you
want,
can't just do
Nope.
anything.
or you'll
right
get
there.
thrown out.
You
Bro,
can't just
they-
be like,
they-
yeah, and all that.
They got everything.
You gotta
like-
be quiet and up there, man.
Yeah.
So, yo, Art, man, we got these award shows here in Augusta. And these categories that we got.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're very interesting because how is they going by, like say, like, for instance, you know, for like the Grammys or the Oscars or something, like you had to do like years and years of work in order to even be nominated or considered to even be up to that level. How is that going by with these awards here?
So
We're going to
these-
start off with that. Because even though it's a good thing, just put a disclaimer out there, it's a good thing for the city. I ain't going to front. It really is.
The awards is just really a platform to acknowledge people who don't get acknowledged.
Right.
Award shows here ain't nothing new. The Best of Augusta's been here forever.
No doubt.
What's the other one? Is it the Metro? Well, it's about 2 or 3 different other joints, but certain businesses will never, be acknowledged on those platforms.
Right.
But the way that they're picking people is they're allowing either you to nominate or somebody else to nominate you.
Okay.
So therefore, you know what I'm saying, depending on what you got going, your people's got to nominate you.
That's right. So therefore, for the people out there because there's a lot of people get just talk negative about it, man.
But that's because they didn't get acknowledged. And a lot of times right now.
But you just said it. You had to nominate either your people or you had to nominate yourself.
They still mad about it, though.
But if you had to nominate yourself, how can you be mad about it? You can't be mad about it if you had to. Like for instance, the Small Business Award.
Mm-hmm.
Now for that, you had to nominate yourself.
You
shout out to Jamie Barber.
You or somebody else had to nominate.
Or somebody else.
Right.
And that was known.
Right.
She did keep saying that on
She
social
said
media
that
over
like
and over again.
100,000 times.
She had one post where she posted
So
it
how
like
is it that
20 times.
You would have people that would shun those events but still get mad because they're not included.
But you can include your
So
yes, you can
It's
nominate
like,
yourself.
You literally can.
that's the whole point of it, to include yourself.
You can lead people. You can
We
lead,
got
you
enough-
can lead a
'cause-
horse to the water, but you can't make them drink.
It was easy. All you had to do was just put your name, what you do, the category that you're want to be nominated, and she nominated. Now, as far as the voting process part, that was kind of quick, but
Yeah, I talked to her about that.
that
but
was too quick. Now,
But the problem that
that's
she
the only
had-
thing that I didn't.
So
like.
it was a combination. The website she had crashed.
Okay, I understand.
So what happened was she was trying to get it back open and trying to communicate with people. Then she got flagged because they thought she was sending spam messages.
spamming.
So then she had to go find another site, go back in and redo it. But then that particular site, you only can have like one admin. So one person had to go back.
wow.
So all this was going on that whole day,
Whole
which
time.
is why I was such a late. And she was like, if I go back in and change the time to make it longer, I don't want this to crash on me or whatever.
Again.
So it was a lot of tricky things on her end or whatever.
Right.
And I think it was the pressure because all day people was like, yo, where the link? What you doing?
Yeah,
They was
it
making
was a
posts,
lot
they
of
was getting
pressure.
mad.
Everybody was
You know
like,
what I mean?
yo,
So
what's
she
up?
like, let me hurry up and get this done. So they
like,
can-
why are you getting mad though? Like, just
Bro,
let me
listen.
do what I do. Like,
Right,
Jesus.
like-
I know.
Man, what
I-
are you getting from this? Like, are you
Listen.
when you win? Like, it's like, what are you winning?
Recognition.
Now-
Right.
it.
Right. That's it. Recognition.
But
Now,
listen, they were posting, man, where the link at? We've been waiting all day.
Yeah, well, all
what
day
you doing?
long.
Like, bro, I was like, wow.
It was getting crazy. But okay, now there also a thing is that I saw there's 2 award shows. And so now they talking about
There's a second award show.
Here go a second award show. They trying to copy da. Is it possible that there could be more than one piece of bread?
You can do it, but I don't understand why you would do something so close to an annual event. If
I was thinking about
if somebody
that.
already got an award show at this time of year, if I'm gonna do one, I just do another one, but I might wait till the summer or the fall or the winter.
Right.
Why,
That does
you know what I'm
make
saying?
sense.
Like,
Why
would
put
you-
it back to
Why
back
do
like
it back
that?
to back? It's confusing.
Well, here's the thing is that, like sometimes we're like, well, why can't there be like more than one of the same event when
You
there's
know why
enough
people
love
say
for
that?
everybody?
You know why people say that?
Why?
Because they want what other people got.
Oh, here we go. And that's
Let's
what
keep
it
it a buck.
is.
Okay.
That's the God
That's
honest
what
truth.
it is.
Because I've seen it a million times. I've seen people. Matter of fact,
Talk on it.
I talked to someone else years ago about adding an award segment to the prom, and we was like, nah, we ain't gonna do it. When she came with hers, I didn't say, well, hey, I just supported it.
Right.
That's
you can
it.
go do some. You can do some other thing. You don't have to do the same thing.
Right.
Right.
But people don't do that, and then they try to make it seem like, well, it's this, that, and the third. And it's like, come on, man, don't do that.
Because it would have made sense because the way they had it, they almost had it to where the award show, it was one award show, and then right after that, there's another award show. And I'm like, yo, they ain't giving time for
It's
people
very
to get
close.
dressed. Then you got the prom.
Yeah.
Everything was like, it's all bunched in. That's why I pushed back everything for my event because I was like, yo, it's too many events going on.
Yeah,
In the
think
middle,
people
and everybody want to get hot during January, February. You know that March, that beginning
tax
season,
time.
that first quarter joint. Everybody want to shoot the shot.
at tax time.
At
But
tax time.
honestly,
Everybody balling.
I feel like, man, people just
It could have been dope if it could have been one dope, like come together with the idea.
It can be multiple, but why? If you're gonna do multiple,
Spread
spread
it.
it out. That's
That'll
it.
be even doper.
You
Right.
would've
Don't
got-
fight against each other.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
fight against the grain. It'll make it doper, and that give people. That'd have been dope to have an award show during the summertime, because that's how Atlanta do it
You
almost.
can do the summertime. You can do the fall. Like
It's so many times that you could have did that, but yeah, that back to back it's like it makes it really, to me, it did make it seem almost like a competition almost.
Yeah, right.
You know? So
Right.
that's why a lot of people look at that, but
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. But we got this thing. What's these icebreakers?
Yes, icebreakers.
Oh,
so
Lord.
these are something that we just ask you at random. You know what I'm saying? To get to know you a little better. All right, so let me tell you before I ask you this question. Now, we are looking for this to be a Boom Bap Hour exclusive, okay?
okay.
Okay. All right. So, tell us something that most people don't know about you, but you want people to know about you.
That I want them to know about.
That yeah, you wouldn't mind,
That they
people
don't
knowing
know,
about
that we
you,
don't know
but most
already.
people don't know. Boom Bap Hour exclusive.
You tripping, me.
I don't know. I feel like I'm an open book.
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody know everything.
But what's something that
we don't know?
that we don't know?
I
We
mean,
wouldn't know.
I mean, on a personal level, I'm more of a homebody.
Okay.
Most people
I wouldn't think that.
Yeah,
I
like
wouldn't think
if I
that at all,
had,
as
if I
much
had,
as you
like,
know.
I'm gonna tell you something funny. My favorite rapper said something a long time ago, and it never made sense until now. But Andre 2000 was like, bro, if I could make music and stay home and just put it out and never have to go nowhere, I would. And I was like, I get it now.
Now you get it.
That's
I
true.
get it, especially like just being at the crib. You know what I'm saying? You get your own space, you're chilling. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just that comfort. Like,
Okay, let me ask you a
really
question.
is.
So, have you always been like that, or did you get like that as you got older?
I think I've always been like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've always. I mean, to be honest, when you see me out and about, honestly, it's because I'm supporting somebody, or you know what I mean, one of them that, or my event or something of that nature. The things that I do personally, like I like movies, so I go to some movies, or I'm gonna go to the cigar spot. But those are the places that I'm saying I need to go there because I want to go there.
Okay.
Other than that, for the most part, if I go to somebody's event, I'm most like I enjoy the events, but it's more so the support though, for real though too.
So you like movies.
Yeah.
So, okay. What's one movie that you know every word of?
5 Heartbeats.
Okay.
Everybody loves the 5 heart.
You ain't black if you don't know
Love
5 heartbeats.
Yo, I got some friends I had to
Got
drill.
to
I'm
fight
like,
every
bro,
night
how
to
you
prove
know
my
about
love.
the movie?
Yeah, how you don't know this movie?
How you
Who
don't
you grew
know?
up with?
I see some people. You know what be killing me though? When I be seeing on Facebook. This is my first time seeing so and so.
Yeah, I be
That's because
like,
you be dealing with these young kids. See,
No.
they still need
Nah,
to
they be lying.
Grown people?
Nah, it's some people.
It be
Adult
some
people.
people I be like, it's the first time they
It's
saw
a
5
good friend of
heartbeats.
mine. I
Okay,
was
so
like,
wait, hold on. Everybody in here seen the Mac?
Oh, who didn't? What?
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Did everybody see the Mac?
Only because of him. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Okay,
'Cause
see?
before that,
See?
no, I didn't. I'm not even gonna act like I sit up here and
Yeah.
did.
Before then, right?
I never did. No.
Everybody saw Scarface though.
Yes.
But that's not
Like-
okay. That's not like a to me. That's
Black-
not a black
black
required watching.
yeah,
But the
That's
Mac
like
is
hood.
yeah.
The Mac is supposed to be
You gotta watch
because
the
that's a
Mac.
black movie. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? The
definitely.
Mac, Superfly.
Okay.
Yes.
They ain't gonna watch a lot.
I
of
got
this
into a
stuff.
phase though where I wanted to because I didn't really see these movies growing up. But I went to Blockbuster and
Black
started
exploitation
getting
films?
Okay, just a couple. I'm like,
Okay.
I want to see what the
Black
hype's all about.
exploitation,
I said
yeah.
Pam Grier.
No, I dated a girl where it was like every Tuesday. That's what we would do.
That's
go
so
watch
cool.
that.
Look at old, like go on YouTube and just research old black exploitation movies that we hadn't seen.
That's crazy. That's definitely crazy. Yo, Art, man, you got a lot of dope music, man. So with that being said, like how you come up with these concepts, man?
On what? On the music?
On the music.
Personal life experience.
So they real stories.
Yeah. Everything. I mean, I don't really like everything I've done is drawn from inspiration. Moving different, honestly, probably is about. It's almost a year old. That record, yeah, like
That's the way music used to be, though.
yeah,
Right.
Like you used to make it and then fix it,
Yeah.
marinate on it, get it right,
Yeah.
and then put it out. Now these dudes, they'll record a song, and then to be on YouTube that day.
The next 2
Yeah,
minutes.
nah.
And in a week, they been in talk about, yo, I got 10,000 views already.
Like, come on, dude. You
Yeah.
didn't even let the song sit.
But no, but yeah, all of it is inspiration. Moving different was a part of growth. Because a lot of times, like in my endeavors, I've always tried to be a team player. You try to work with a lot of different people,
Right.
and for whatever particular reason, it don't always work out that way. So when it
Yeah,
don't work
man,
out that way,
it
I kind
never
of
does.
I had to kind of understand that, you know what, sometimes people are meant for a season. They're
Yeah,
not meant for the long run.
that's right.
And, you know, for whatever particular reason, you got to keep going. But and then a lot of times my social circle changes sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, every 5 to 10 years, you'll notice a shift. You know what I mean, when it comes to certain things. So I addressed all that on the record.
All
That's
right
no
now.
doubt, man. So let us know where we can, let the people know out here, man, where we can find you at, man.
Social media, Instagram, Art Dealer INC, Art Dealer Music on Facebook, or the Dorian Harris on Facebook, because now they got the digital platforms now. But yeah,
No doubt.
anything you need to know will be right there.
Well, you looking right over there. How you feeling with the Bomb Made? Shout out to our sponsor,
Yeah, shout out to our
Bomb
sponsor,
That's right.
Bomb
Bomb made.
Mom,
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Got us all feeling right.
Feeling wet.
Yes,
That's
and
the
I will
Bomb Made.
always
What's the
say
Bomb Made? You already know what time it is.
the only a vodka that uses organic lemons.
Organic.
No
We
So you
talked
can
about
feel
that
good
last
about,
podcast.
No
Y'all
doubt.
better get them organic lemons.
Go get
Yes,
it, man.
organic.
So with that being said, you already know what time it is. We up out of
Hey,
here, man.
and also want to give one shout out. Yesterday was actually National DJ Day.
That's
so
right.
We
Yes,
have
yes.
to give
DJ.
our
I have to.
shout out to
Hey.
Bizzo Beats, the
Hey.
best producer DJ ever.
The best. He up there. I don't care what nobody say. He up there. Top tier, baby.
Appreciate
Yes.
that,
man.
Appreciate
Shout out
that.
to that. You know, it's national. And 50 years of hip hop.
50 years of hip
We
hop.
love it. That's what we do. It's for the culture. We're going to stay doing it. We're going to stay rocking. And we up out of here, baby.
All right.
Yep.
Peace.
Peace.